All right, guys, welcome. We're going to talk about how to get better audio quality out of your GoPro Karma Grip. So a little backstory. If you've seen my channel before, I use a gimbal to provide stable footage while I'm riding a mountain bike, so you guys get a better perspective of what trails I'm riding or what bikes I'm testing. The little motors around it that keep the camera steady while you're shaking down the trail are quite finicky. You know, as sweat gets in the motors or switches, they tend to fail. So that happened to me just recently. I had the Evo SS wearable gimbal, and that gimbal is done once again. It's the second time I'm sending it back to Evo, and it's still under warranty, so they're going to fix it for free, but it takes some time, usually a couple weeks, to get it back to me. So I needed a gimbal immediately, and the only one you could buy in the store is the GoPro Karma Grip. Great image stabilization, and the actual thing seems kind of rugged, way more rugged than the Evo SS, the actual gimbal itself, but it has poor audio, especially with the GoPro Hero 5 and 6. So I'm going to give you 4 hacks on how to get better audio quality while using the GoPro Karma Grip. First, step number 1 is you got to use a GoPro Hero 4. It's just what you got to do. It could be the black or the silver. It could even be a Hero 3, I think. Number 2, you got to get the adapter for the Hero 4, because if you just buy the gimbal, it comes with the little harness here, if you can see, for the Hero 5 and 6. So I had to buy this adapter to fit the gimbal, and it cost $29.99. There it is. Step number 3, which is one of the most important ones. You can't put the mic muff on the actual GoPro anymore because it's hidden under this little chassis. So you got to put the little, there it is, mic muff, an actual chassis. And all it is this actually is a piece of my daughter's stuffed animal. Give it a little haircut and stuck some double-sided tape down on it. And there's a little piece of foam right in the middle of it where I cut the double-sided tape and made a little hole, and then put the foam first, and then this little afro puff above it. And it works great. That's what I used with the Evo SS, and there was no wind noise. And step number 4, another important one. This one actually took me some time to figure it out. But even with the Hero 4 camera, there's still gimbal noise. You'll hear like the little motors going dee 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 dee. And what it is I discovered is it's not just picking up an audio from the mic. The GoPro 4 is actually picking up the vibrations from the motors. So what I did, I took a little piece of styrofoam and stuck it in the chassis. And when it pushes it in, and you stuff the Hero 4 in there, it gives it a little barrier, a little buffer. And it does fit, because it smushes it. It's so thin. Let me show you. You see the foam right in there. So you just kind of, it's hard to do this with one hand, but you sit there and you just jam it in there, and it works pretty good. Just smush it in. And you close the little door. There you go. And you're good to go. So it still makes some gimbal noise. It still picks it up, but it's not as bad. So here, when it does pick up the gimbal noise, it's when you're standing still and you're just talking. You know, let's say I'm talking about a bike spec. RSC guide brakes working really well. I'm liking these. And then here's the beauty of the bike. I think it's just an awesome shock. It's the Fox Elite DPX 2. But when you're moving down the trail at some speed and you're crunching over leaves and the dirt, it sounds just as good or close to it as the Evo SS with the GoPro Hero 4. Here's a sample from my bike review of the Santa Cruz Bronson coming up. Check it out. So what we got? Oh gosh, it feels good already. So plush. So poppy.
Let's drop it in that 10 tooth. Let her rip. Woo! A little rough there.
This video helped you guys with a Karma Grip. Hope this will allow you to get a little better audio out of your GoPro. But guys, see you next time, and peace.